So we're taking a look at the PowerPole. It's by PowerPro. These guys make a range of filters you guys might be familiar with. Now, in full disclosure, I did back this guy on Kickstarter, and not because I'm making anything off of it, but mainly I just wanted to get a copy as soon as possible to show you guys. And then, on top of that, I've always kind of liked some of PolarPro's products. I like the team over there and stuff like that. They've always been very communicative, and honestly, they were one of the first people to reach out to our channel. So, open this up real quick. So the PowerPole has about 5,200 milliamps in it, and that's the equivalent of having 4.5 extra GoPro Hero 4 batteries, or about 4 extra normal GoPro Hero 3 and Hero 3 Plus batteries. This item weighs roughly about a little over a pound and a couple ounces, about 1.8 pounds when we weighed it out here. So let's take a look at what we got here. We get the leash, and then hopefully it'll just pull out right here. We are snagged at the top. I'll need to cut that. So after you cut the guy at the top, it should just slide on out. Okay, we'll just put that there. We have a, what is this? How to install manual. And I could have swore it said there was a bolts included in here, and I hear it somewhere in there. I just don't see it. There's a little box that's sort of in the side of this area right here. Well, if you go to the top here, it'll fold like a triangle, then it'll just slide right out. So you have this little long box, and yeah, that's everything in there. So yeah, right off the bat, grip isn't as grippy as I was hoping, but it feels really comfortable. It's just not as sort of super rubbery, kind of like maybe, what is that brand called? The Power Grip? The Grenade Grip. It's not as powerful as that. It's somewhere between that, but it's a little more softer than like the edging around the GoPro Hero 4. Feels really good. Snaps together. Kind of feels good. Like I was saying, has the equivalent of about 4.5 GoPro Hero 4 batteries. So if you're somebody who's using the Hero 4 Black and you don't want to be changing out batteries all day, you can pick this guy up. However, it doesn't work underwater. It is splash proof and water resistant and stuff like that, but it won't work fully submerged. So if you're someone who wants to take it diving or scuba diving, kind of out of the question, you'll definitely kill this right away. There's our GoPro screw, and that's everything in this long box. It comes with the cables to basically work on any device, because while this is primarily designed with the GoPro Hero in mind, all it is a simple USB connection on the side here. So you'll see we have 2 USB plugs, and basically we can charge any device we want on here. So if we have a GoPro, we can charge it. If we have the Sony HDR cameras, we can charge it. Heck, if you wanted to charge your iPad or your cell phone while you're out there, you can use this to charge it. So you can put one to the device and then one to your sort of wearable or handheld or something like that, like your phone. So these go on here to cover the seal to kind of protect it when you're kind of like snowboarding and stuff like that. Then we have the USB micro, and I believe this is the USB micro. USB-B micro. I'll put those off to the side. So there's a series of LEDs in between the charging USB port and the power button. Now if we press the power button, all 3 LED lights will illuminate, and that will basically tell us the power we have left. 3 lights, obviously 60 to 100%, and then if it's down to 0 to 5%, it'll be on the last dot and it'll be blinking, and after 10 seconds, it's going to shut itself off. Now, on a 1 amp connection, this should charge in about 5 to 6 hours, and on a 0.5 amp, you're going to get about 11 to 12. They are claiming you're going to be able to get around 8 extra hours of battery life. The manual states 10. And if it's anything like the GoPro Hero 4, it has a sort of standby mode that when I'm using just a normal pole with no built-in battery, I can get about 7 hours on and off using that. So with this, I can probably go well into the night on the same battery just using this guy and that. But we're going to really test the power capabilities when we get into our sort of really deep sort of battery comparison, hopefully coming in late November, early December. But yeah, check back for exact power points we're just gonna put them through a bunch of tests, different resolutions and stuff like that, different frame rates, and just what the end-all results are between a bunch of different batteries, including the PolarPro's PowerPole. And then hooking up the camera is easy enough, so just put this right on here. This is their provided screw, but I don't see why a normal GoPro one wouldn't work. Put that in there, tighten it up. Now this can extend from about 17 inches, which is what we have here, which is actually a little taller than I was expecting, all the way up to about 30 inches. One thing I kind of wish is that I had sort of dedicated covers for these instead of these little rubber pieces, similar to, you know, how the GoPro Hero 4 has the sort of side covering. I wish I had something like that I could plug in there and know would stay nice and secure. These are just kind of a little loose for me than I would like, but something I'll get over. It's just you know, on a future iteration, or just something I can buy to put in there would make me feel a little more comfortable using this guy. So this is the provided cable. We'll use the short one. And that's one other area that's kind of a downside with this, is we kind of have the exposed cable. So we'll just plug this guy in here. Also, this bolt right here is built in, so you don't have to worry about it falling out ever. And then we'll uncover one of these ports on the back here. Plug this in. So we're going to have this exposed wire, which is going to be not ideal, but it'll definitely get the job done. And then we'll turn the device on here. Look at the back here. And yeah, you can see we have a full battery indicator letting us know it's charging the camera. Hey everyone, so we've been using the PowerPole from PolarPro for about a week and a half now, and it pretty much works as you would expect. It's got enough power to fill up a 64 gig card with 2.7K footage before the battery will die. We'll fill the card before the battery dies. We can do about 7.5 hours worth of time-lapse footage if the photos are about 5 seconds apart. And yeah, it holds up pretty well. It's pretty easy to turn on again. We just triple tap this button on the bottom here, and it'll turn right on and it'll start charging it. So what's nice about that is I can keep the Wi-Fi turned on the GoPro Hero 4 the entire day and always check my phone, see how my framing is and stuff like that. It's really convenient in that regard. I do wish it was a little bit shorter. For me, it's just kind of a little too long to pack in my sort of small bag here. So I wouldn't mind seeing a shorter version, but that's kind of a petty complaint. I still don't really dig the little rubber guards that protect the USB ports. I'd rather have something like a hard plastic. And it's a little front heavy, a little heavier towards the camera end. I wish there was a little more weight on this end, just so it doesn't always feel like the camera's leaning forward and stuff like that. But it's, again, little nitpicky complaints. The big thing though is I would like to see the wire that comes out of the camera on the side here sort of be internal somehow, or at least roll up in a way where it's not gonna catch a branch as I go by here with them. But yeah, for a week and a half it's been working pretty much as expected. We haven't had any issues, easy to charge, easy to use. And yeah, if you're looking for something that'll give you an all-day lasting power and fill up the 64 gig card with footage well before the battery runs out, then yeah, you guys should check out the PowerPole, again by PolarPro. And yeah, it's pretty cool. So I'm Mark Hawk, and I'll see you guys out there.